Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Calm yoga brings the body to a more relaxed and rejuvenated state. We'll use full body stretches to bring focus, along with some grounding core work for stability before finishing on the floor. So let's get started. Let's begin in our Sukhasana, or easy seat. Crossing either leg in front that feels comfortable to you. You are welcome to sit on a block or blanket. We're going to start by realigning our spine, chin parallel with the earth, and then ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And let's rest our palms on our thighs and pull the elbows back into the rib cage. And if you are comfortable, closing your eyes for a moment and just tuning in to our breath as it comes in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the belly rise with each inhale and fall with each exhale. Feel a calmness washing over the body as we tune into our breath. Letting go of anything from earlier before we got onto our mats. One more breath. And very slowly let your chin draw towards your chest. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Looking down at your feet. You can blink your eyes open. And very slowly tilt your head up, lengthen through the spine, look up to the sky. Bring the teeth together so you stretch through the front of the neck. And then bring your chin level. And then drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Take a breath in. Let it out, and then bring your head to neutral and left ear to left shoulder. Finding your breath again, noticing the difference on each side of the neck, and then come back to neutral. We're going to walk the hands forward, out in front of us. Try to stay tall through the spine, really lengthen. So you're just rocking your weight slightly forward towards the feet and legs. And then we're going to walk both hands over towards the right. And just reaching it out, feeling that nice stretch through the left hip, all through that back area. And again, looking forward out over those fingertips. Feeling that nice little stretch and twist through that torso. One more breath. And then you're going to walk the hands through the center, lengthening through the spine, lifting tall, and walk those hands all the way to the other side. And then reach them out on the floor in front of you. Just a nice gentle twist through the torso as you reach to the left. Looking out over the front of the fingertips. Just notice the difference from one side to the other. Then we're going to walk the hands back through the center and then sit nice and tall. We're going to place the right hand on the floor, left arm up to the sky, side bend. Bend your right arm. Reach that left arm overhead, keeping that left hip and knee down. Take another breath. And then slowly come up and windmill those arms to the other side. Bending into that left elbow. And again, try not to collapse forward. You want to open up that chest. Feel the front right side of the belly opening up. One more breath. And then we're going to come all the way back through the center. Now, whatever leg is in front, I want you to peel it out to the side and bend it behind you. For me, I'm taking my left leg out. You're going to hold on to the ankle of whatever leg is out to the side. And side bend towards that bent knee, the ankle that you're holding on to, and bring that arm up to the sky. Take another breath in, and then you're going to windmill the hand to the floor that was up in the air. Release the ankle, reach the opposite arm up and over. Maybe lift your hips off the floor. If you're the same as me, your right hip is up and your left leg is on the ground. And then sweep it all the way down. And then bring that foot back in front. And now switch. So put the opposite leg in front. So if you are facing me, it would look like I have my right leg in front for you. And we're going to walk the hands forward and then walk them to the left side of the body, reaching it out all the way out to the side. Again, stay long through the spine, leaning into it, feeling that nice little twist through that torso, finding your breath. And then slowly walking it through the center to the other side, reaching it over. One leg in front might feel easier than the other. And then we're going to walk the hands back to center. Good. And then bring your left arm out to the side, right arm overhead, reach it over. And then open up that chest. Really lengthen. Take another breath. And then slowly transition to the other side. Reach to the right, left arm open. Shoulders relaxed. And then coming all the way back through the center. Now again, whichever leg is in front now, the opposite, you're going to bring it back behind you. And you're going to hold on to the ankle. So your feet are in a zigzag or an S form. Reach the opposite arm. You're leaning towards that bent knee, towards the ankle you're holding on to. If it's hard to get that arm in the air, feel free to keep it on the floor as a kickstand. And then windmill the arm to the floor. Lean away from that ankle you were holding on to. Let go of it. Reach the arm into the sky and lift those hips. That's an option. And then sweep it all the way back down. And then bring that leg back in front, back to your Sukhasana or your easy seat. Lengthening, place the hands on the thighs, slide the elbows back, align the chin, and then pull those shoulders down. We're going to start with a few neck rolls now. So we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Slowly roll the chin to the chest. Roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Now you are able to keep going back and forth across the front. Or if you would like, you can add a full neck roll, going all the way back and around through the front. One more time. And then we'll also do the opposite direction. So then you change direction. Just go with what feels comfortable to you. You can close your eyes. 2 times around. And we will meet back with our chin to the chest. Peek down at those feet. And then slowly level out the chin, bring it parallel with the earth. Straighten up the spine. Pull the shoulders up to the ears. Reach the arms out to the side. And then pull the shoulders down. Turn your palms upward. Let your arms float to shoulder level. And then feel the thumbs pulling to the back. All the way back. Opening up through the upper body. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Tap the fingers. Exhale, arms to cactus arms. Nice and wide. Feel the elbows pulling back. And then gently twist to your right. Take a breath in. And then on your next round of breathing, you're going to transition through the center all the way to the other side. Feel that nice stretch in the upper back, those shoulder blades. We're going to rotate through the center. We're going to take an inhale, reach those fingertips up, tap them together, and then exhale, sweep them behind the back. Place the fingertips on the floor facing your body if that's comfortable to you, and lean back into those palms, opening the chest. Option to lift the hips if you would like, and then lower the hips back down. Let's switch legs. Opposite leg in front, and just notice if you can lift again, how it feels on either side, and then lowering down, lifting back to neutral. Place your right hand palm down, fingers to the back, and lean slightly into it, and just do a gentle bend and straighten of the elbow. Then flip, fingers still stay to the back, but now flip the back of your hand onto the floor. Do a gentle lean into it, wiggle the fingertips. We're just stretching through the wrists and the forearms. And then come to neutral. Now the other hand, palm down, fingertips to the back. Lean into it, do a gentle bend and straighten. It might not go very far, that's okay. Stretching through the wrists and forearms. Then we're going to flip the palm upside down. So the back of the hand is on the floor. Fingertips are facing the back, and you're wiggling the fingertips. You can do a little bend and straighten as well. Then we're going to release, bring the fingers together, interlace them, reach the hands forward. Inhale the hands up, and then see if you can flip those palms upward. And side bend to your right. Take a breath. And then inhale up. Exhale, side bend to the other side. And then reach it all the way up. Flip those palms to face downward. And then release the fingertips, wiggle them all the way down. Feel that nice warmth come through the upper body, the shoulders. We're going to transition here to tabletop. So just turning onto your hands and knees, spreading out those fingertips on the floor, placing the tops of your feet. Make sure your knees are under your hips, cat-cow. So you're going to round through the back, push through the tops of the feet. Nice exhale. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and arch. And exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, lift and arch. And then find your neutral spine. Flat back, pull the shoulders away from the ears. You're looking down at your thumbs on the floor. You're going to slowly extend your right arm to the front. Try not to shift your body weight too much. Maybe extend your back left toe to the mat first, then start to lift your leg off the floor. Find that extended tabletop and then point that left toe. Finding your breath as you look at the floor. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to slide the hand and the knee to the floor. Level out your body. Notice the shift in the body weight. Extend the left arm, thumb to the sky. Good. Right toe to the back of the mat first. And then lift that leg up. Extended tabletop. Pointing that toe. Feel the length in the body. Feel the core warming up. One more breath. And then we're going to bring the hand and then the knee to the floor. Separate your knees, feet together. Find your child's pose. Slide your hips to your heels, belly between the thighs, and then reach the arms forward and melt yourself down. Finding your breath, your belly going between the thighs as you breathe in and out. One more breath. From here, we're going to start to shift out of our child's pose, coming back to our tabletop. Bring the knees back in alignment. This time we're going to tuck our toes under. Good. Keep the hands out in front just a bit. So they're in front of the shoulders. Hinge your hips slightly back. Tuck under those toes so you're stretching the toes and the ankles. And then you're going to shift to your downward facing dog, lifting those hips up to the sky, and then start to pedal out your feet. Walk your dog, really get into an exaggerated hip shift. Kind of roll through them as you walk out those legs. Bending and straightening. And then let's find our downward facing dog. And I want you to really focus on your spine, drawing your belly towards your legs, bending into the knees so you can have a super long spine and we don't go into that low back. Because when we start to straighten our legs, sometimes it can cause low back stuff. Pushing into the fingertips and the palms, take a breath in. Now from here, we're going to lift our right leg up into a three-legged dog, but bend and straighten those legs. So you can really lengthen, lower, and lift by bending both knees and then straightening them at the same time as you lift that right leg. Just do a few more. And then bring that right foot to the floor. And we're going to go to the other leg. So now you're going to lift the left leg up, bend the right knee, and then extend the left leg. Good. Bend both knees and then straighten both as you go in and out of that three-legged dog. Just loosening things up. Press into the fingertips and the palms. One more. And then bring that left foot back to the floor. Find your downward facing dog. Good. And then lift the right leg again. To get it up there, bend that left knee and then straighten as you lift the right knee, right leg. Good. Then we're going to bend that right knee. Let's bring the foot between the hands or in behind that right foot hand, whatever works for you. And you're going to find your crescent lunge. We're coming up slowly, finding that balance and finding your crescent lunge. Lengthening. Some days balance can be a little more challenging than others. So think about what's going on in your back ankle. So maybe draw it backwards, push up into it, maybe bend into that back knee a little, up and down, lowering and lifting, and then melt it down into it. Press into that back leg, send your thumbs backwards for your crescent, and then we're going to inhale, straighten both legs, pivot onto your back left foot, open to warrior two, Virdrasana 2. Lengthening. Look over those front fingertips to the right at the front and look at your big toe, your right big toe. Make sure you can see it and that your knee is over your ankle. Shoulders over hips. Lots to think about. And lengthen. Think about what you're feeling and breathe. Now we're going to take that front forearm and find our side angle and reach that top arm way up to the sky. I want you to bring your forearm to the thigh or inside the thigh. Open up that knee and feel your top left shoulder pulling backwards. So you're really opening the front of the body. Turn your left palm to the front of your mat and start to reach it over your ear. And feel that length. Finding your breath. From here, we're going to windmill both arms backwards, finding your reverse warrior. Front knee stays bent. Right hand palm faces the back of your mat. Feeling the inner thigh of your left leg. And now we're coming back to warrior two. Looking over those front fingertips, see if you can bend a little deeper into that front knee. Finding your breath. Now we're going to bring the palms together. Pivot towards the front of the mat. Pull your back heel off the floor. So you're going to balance and we're going to go straight into warrior three. Level out your hips, option to reach the arms forward, out to the side, or even back for airplane. Bring the palms back to heart space, bend the back knee, stand tall on one leg, and then place the foot down, find your mountain. Open it up, grounding into the earth. Feel that connection. All the toes on the mat, the heels. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Good. Take the left foot back and turn out the feet nice and wide. Extend up to star. Relax those shoulders. And then take a breath in and then exhale to goddess. Inhale, rise to star. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to do sunflowers. You're going to bend the knees, sweep the floor. Inhale up, tap the fingers. Exhale down, sweep the floor. Inhale up, tap the fingers one more time. Exhale, sweep them up. And then find your goddess. Open things up. Notice what's going on in the legs. The knees are not collapsing in. You're opening them up. And then inhale to star. Good. You're going to pivot your left foot to the back wall. And you're going to windmill all the way down to the back of the mat and step back to plank. Now you're in a plank facing the back of your mat. And you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Now you're welcome to go straight into down dog from here, or you can chaturanga. You can inhale and do a little cobra or an up dog, and then you're going to use your body weight. You're going to press all the way back up to that downward facing dog. And we're going to do that same thing. We're going to walk our dog, pedal out the feet, really exaggerate the hip movement. Shift through those hips as you pedal out those feet. Maybe stretch the toes under and over. And then find your downward dog, bending the knees. Really focus on lengthening through that spine. Finding your breath, pushing into the fingertips and the palms. Now you're going to plant your right foot's going to stay on the floor. Left leg is coming up. Three-legged dog. Bend your right knee that you're standing on, and then straighten it and lift that left leg higher. And then bend both knees, and now add them both, straightening and bending. Lengthening one more. Now you're going to bring that left foot forward between the hands and find your crescent lunge to the back of your mat. The left foot forward. Finding that crescent. Good. And notice what you're feeling here. Maybe just a little up, down with the ankle. Notice with the leg. Send those fingertips to the sky, thumbs to the back side. Now we're going to pivot onto the right foot. Find your warrior two. Sending the arms to the front and back, looking towards the back of your mat. Looking over those left fingertips. Look down at your left knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. Level things out. Pull those fingertips back. Finding your breath. As we focus on each posture, dive into your breath here. Find your Ujjayi breathing. We're going to take that front forearm to the thigh. We're going to reach the right arm to the sky, side angle. Really find your length. Feel your feet grounding into the earth. Feel your left arm pushing that left knee open. Turn your right palm towards your head and then start to lengthen it, reaching it over your head if that feels good to you. Feeling the connection from the toes all the way to your fingertips. Finding your breath. Now very slowly we're going to windmill to reverse warrior. Keep that front knee bent. Reach your hand to the back thigh. Lift that left arm, palm is facing the back. Sliding those hips forward. Feel that stretch maybe through that inner thigh on that back right leg because your knee is pushing forward with the left. And you're breathing. Now we're coming back to Warrior Two. Isn't this fun? Finding your focus, leveling things out. Find that Ujjayi breath. Breathe in through the nose, contract the throat as you exhale through the nose. Bring the palms together. Pivot your upper body towards the front of your mat. Bring your back heel off the floor. This is where you're going to find your balance. Kick up to Warrior Three. I better back up or I'm going to run into the wall. Find your Warrior Three. Option to reach the arms out or out to the side or back. One leg might be wobblier than the other. And then you're going to pull that back leg in and stand tall on one leg. And then bring the foot to the floor. Find your mountain at the back of your mat. Feel your feet grounding into the earth. Again, tune into the breath. Feel the energy running through your body. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, palms to heart space. Take the right foot, step back, open wide to your star, facing the side of your mat. Exhale to Goddess. Open things up. Inhale, rise to star. Exhale, sweep the earth, sunflowers, and then inhale to the sky. Tap the fingers. Exhale, sunflowers. Inhale, lengthen, tap the fingers. Good. This time from here, we're going to bend the elbows and moonflowers, elbows to ribs, squatting down. Inhale to star. Exhale, moonflower. And inhale, star. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Let's find our Goddess. Bend the elbows, open them wide. Open up that chest. And breathe. We're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Good. Pivot the right foot to the front of the mat as you windmill it down. Bend the knees and find your plank. Back to the front of the mat. Nice and strong. Breathing into it. Pivot forward and back on those toes. Now, option, you can go to your knees if you would like. I want you to very slowly walk the hands forwards enough that you can lower to your elbows. Lower to an elbow plank. And we're just going to hold it here. Good. Lower your knees. Separate your feet. Find your child's pose. Slide it back. Let your head rest on the mat. Reach your arms forward. Your belly is between your thighs. And just notice what's going on in the body here. Feel a calmness coming over now that you're grounding into the earth. Feeling a little more stability. Feel your breath between your belly as the belly or breath in the belly is between the thighs as your belly expands. Slowly coming out, and we're going to straighten out the legs, stay on the elbows, go back to your elbow plank. Shifting back. Good. Now, option, you can lower your right knee and kick it out as a kickstand, and you can pivot onto your right elbow. So you're in a variation of a side plank. Another option is you can stack your legs, straighten, or you can stagger them. And whether you are on the knee or off the knee, we're going to do a gentle lift and lower. Just warming up, working the core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lower the knees, pivot onto the elbows, or you can tuck the toes and take a full plank. And then the other option is to lower the left knee, kick the left leg out to the side, pivoting onto your left elbow or arm. And you can adjust your arm inward, the palm towards the center, or you can straighten the legs or stagger them. Find your side plank, and then some little lift and lowers. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold them up. Good. Pivoting back to your plank on the knees or on the feet. This time bringing the fingertips together, interlacing. And find your breath. A little shift forward and back. If you were on your knees, it would be a shift side to side. So either is fine. Getting that core working. And then we're going to start to walk our feet inwards just enough to shift our head between our elbows. The head does not go on the floor. You're going to plant your right leg and just lift the left leg slightly up. Just an option. Now we're not in a full dolphin. We're just in a variation. Bring the left leg down and then try the other leg. Lifting it up. And then bring that leg down. Lower knees to floor. Find your child's pose. Melting into it. Find your breath. Feel the stretch through your back. Then from here, we're going to pivot out of our child's pose. Bring the knees into alignment. Tuck the toes. We're going to send our body up to our downward facing dog again. Bending the knees, lengthening through the spine. Draw up into the toes, back into the heels. And now we're going to bring the right leg up. Bend that left knee and then straighten. Bend the left knee and the right knee. Pull the right knee towards the right elbow. Plant it on the floor. Find your pigeon. And then slide that left leg back. You're welcome to sit on a block or blanket. If you have knee issues going on, you can always lay on your back if that does not feel good to you and do a reclining pigeon. So that is an option, which would be crossing your right ankle over your left thigh on your back and just holding the thigh. Or you can walk. If you're in your pigeon, you can do a little hip shift, maybe stack your hands, maybe walk your hands out. And just find your breath. Inhale and exhale. Making sure the top of your left knee and left foot is on the floor. One more breath. And then we'll start to walk our hands in close to the thigh. Lifting up, tuck your back toe. And then send your right leg back to your knees, tuck your toes under, and lift to your downward facing dog. And then pedal out your legs. Pedal them out. Nice shift, and then find your downward facing dog. Bending those knees. Place your right foot on the floor, left leg comes off. Lengthen to three-legged dog. Try your bending and straightening of the knees to get it a little higher. And then you're going to bend both knees. Pull that left knee towards your left wrist. Place it on the floor. Sliding into pigeon with the left hip down. Feel free to slide a yoga block under the left hip. Walking that right leg straight back behind you so the right knee and top of the foot is on the floor. If you have knee issues or the hip and this doesn't feel good, you can cross your left ankle over your right thigh and you would just pull that right thigh towards your chest and hold on to it with the fingertips. So that's an option. Listen to your body. Yoga should never hurt. Yoga is a practice, so there's no perfect. It's just about playing around in the different postures and feeling what feels good to you. Yoga is a practice. Let's find our breath. Let's practice breathing and focusing on it. You wouldn't think you'd need to practice breathing, but sometimes we do need to focus on it, slow it down a bit. And when we're mindful and focused on our breath, other things can't get in our mind and bother us, like our to-do lists. Find your breath. Expand the belly. Notice what's going on in the body. Got one more breath. Now when you're done on this leg, you're going to walk your hands up, but stay on that left hip. If you have a block, you want to take it out. Pull your back right leg forward. So you're coming up nice and tall. And then pull so that right foot can be in front and you're just going to hug it. Or if it can go on the outside of your left thigh, that works too. Hug that right knee with your left hand. Bring your right hand behind you and do a nice gentle twist. Lengthening through the spine. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to pivot the other way. Bring your right hand on the inside, counter stretch. So same, legs are same, we're just twisting the opposite way with the upper body. And then we're coming back through the center. We're slowly going to unwind those legs. Knees are bent. Now take the right foot and just tuck it under the left. So your heel is by your hamstring or your glute, your right heel. You can pull your left knee into the chest, foot is flat, or bring that foot to the outside edge of your right thigh. You're going to hug the knee with your right arm, left hand behind your back, and a nice gentle twist. So you're really feeling that stretch through the hip, maybe a little of the hamstring, maybe that torso. So we don't want to slouch, we want to lengthen and lift. Find that breath. Doesn't that feel so good? Just enjoy that little twist, that stretch through the glute and hip. Then we're slowly going to counter stretch. So bring your left elbow on the inside of your left knee, twist to the right. And then come through the center. We're going to unwind the legs. You're going to keep your right leg straight. Bring your left foot in close to the body and just let it fall open to the side. And then I want you to lift your torso and twist towards your right leg. Inhale, both arms up, and then exhale, reach for those right toes. And stay tall through the spine. So we don't want to collapse down or round through the upper back. We want to lengthen and pull the toes in towards the body. Now, if you cannot reach the toes, just flex them and let your hands rest on the ground. You can always lean into it, but you mostly want to think about those hips rotating forward. The belly's going towards the thighs, but you're still looking forward over those toes. And then we're going to inhale, both arms come up. Good. Exhale, twist to your left. Hold your right hand on the left thigh. And just in a gentle twist. And then point your right foot. And then we're going to inhale, lift back to neutral, to center. Pull that left knee in and up. And then extend it out as the right leg comes in. So again, lengthening through the body, nice and tall. Let your right leg fall open. The foot is up against the thigh or the knee, wherever along here it feels good to you. You're going to lift the spine, reach the arms up, flex the left foot, and then lean into it. And again, reaching for the toes. Let's say you can't quite reach your toes, that's okay. Let the hands rest anywhere on the floor that feels good to you. And again, no collapsing through the upper back. We want to lengthen and feel the hips Hips are rotating, so the belly goes towards the thigh, and you can reach towards those toes. You want to pull the toes up, looking forward out in front of you. Again, not letting your head go back though too far. You want to keep your chin kind of level, so you're just think of having a neutral spine of the neck. Continue breathing, noticing what's going on in the body. Feeling that nice stretch. One more breath, and then we're going to lift through the spine. Inhale the arms up, exhale the arms all the way down. Good, let's bring the bottoms of the feet together. And you're gonna hold on to the ankles and just give them the butterfly wings, lifting and lengthening through the spine as the legs move up and down, loosening those inner thighs, that connective tissue, and then gently keep the legs from moving and just shift your body gently side to side. Very gentle. Just notice where you feel this. Maybe in the mid-back, the hip, everybody's a little different, maybe the inner thigh, depending on where you're tight. One more breath, lengthening, and now keeping the spine tall, hinge forward. So you're not leaning with the chin, not leading with the chin, you want to keep it in alignment. It's more about the chest, lifting and going forward, and not collapsing down. So let's try to stay tall on this one, just as you lean forward. Maybe holding the toes or the ankles, whatever feels good to you. And then slowly come up. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. And then you're going to walk your feet out in front of you. Toes up, heels on the floor. Hold on to the thighs. Lengthen through the spine and start to hinge back so you feel that core. Breathing through it. And then release those fingertips. Finding your boat pose in Savasana. Now let's find our breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. You can always be holding onto your thighs. You can also bring your legs up or letting go. 4 options there. I want you to go where you feel comfortable. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. And again, find your breath. Option, maybe bring the bottoms of your feet together and hold on to your ankles and continue to find your balance. Another option is to hold on to your left toe with your 2 fingers and extend it out to the side, to the left side, straightening it out. So again, optional. Try to stay long through the spine and then bend the knee. Bring it back. Keep holding the toes, but grab hold of your opposite toes, the right toes, and lift and extend the right leg out to the side. Holding it out. So you're sitting up in your boat pose, you're extending one leg out to the side. You can always put one foot on the floor if you need to, and then bring the feet back together. And then lower both the outside edges of the feet, find your butterfly again. Lengthening, and then hinge forward. Leaning your belly, staying tall through the spine. Elbows in. And then lift up nice and tall. Hug those knees into the chest. Now we're going to walk those heels forward again. This time we're going to start to roll ourselves back. Nice and slow. Keep the knees slightly bent so you can get that low back on the mat. Once you're there, pull your right knee up to 90 degrees, engaging that core, then let the left leg come up as well. So everything is working. Bringing the arms out to cactus arms so you can really feel everything working. Now I want you to very slowly start to bring your right foot to the floor, but don't quite let it touch. Maybe barely touching that toe. And then slowly bring it back up. And then down slow with the left. When it starts to get close to the floor, be mindful so you barely feel that floor. And then bring it back up. You don't want to feel any pain in that low back. If your back starts coming off, then you can keep one foot on the floor is fine. We're going to do that one more time. Slowly lower the right foot. Don't quite let it touch. You're just feeling the floor, and bring it back up. And then now the left. And then bring it back up. Hug the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze and a little rock side to side. Now you're going to go back to 90 degrees with the knees and the hips, and then slowly lower your right foot to the floor, arms are at cactus arms. Bring your left ankle across your right thigh and just open it up. Flex your left ankle. And then you're going to walk your right foot slightly to the right and drop both knees to your left. So now your left ankle is on top of your right thigh. So you get a nice gentle twist, keeping your right shoulder on the floor. And just feel that nice little twist. One more breath. And then we're slowly coming back up. Walk your right foot back into alignment with the hips. Release that left foot onto the floor. And now you're going to take the right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. Open up that knee. Walk your left foot slightly to the left, because then it's easier to drop both knees to your right, keeping both shoulders on the floor. And find your breath. And the hips might be a little bit tight. This is my tight side. Both hips are tight today. One more breath. And then you're going to slowly bring the knees back up, walk your left foot back into alignment with your hips, uncross your right ankle, place both feet back on the floor. Arms are still at cactus arms, and then I want you to walk your feet in a little more narrow, and then turn your toes in an inch, and then gently press your hips up to a bridge, lengthening through that spine, and then start to lower your hips. And once we're all there, we can hug the knees into the chest and give it a rock side to side. And then continue holding that right knee, and let's lengthen and straighten that left leg to the front of the mat. Holding on to your right knee with your left hand, extend your right arm out to the side, and then pull that right leg across the body to the left. And then look to your right. Look to your right hand that's extended out. Right shoulder stays on the floor. Just feel that nice stretch. Let's find your breath. And then bring your head back to neutral. Start to roll back onto your back, hugging that right knee. And then you're going to pull that left knee in to join both knees into the chest, and then let that right leg go to the front of your mat, extending it straight-legged, holding on to your left leg with your right hand. Extend your left arm out to the side. Start to pull that left leg all the way to the right. Nice little twist, and then looking to your left. And again, finding your breath. Notice the difference on this side compared to the other. One more breath. And then slowly bring your head to neutral. And then bring your knee back to center. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Give them a rock side to side. Now if you'd like, you can take a happy baby. You can hold on to your toes, the outside edges of your feet. You can even hold the ankles and extend them out to the side. Lots of options there. Maybe wrap them around the inside of the thighs, holding the feet. A gentle rock side to side. And then find your center, pulling the knees towards the floor, tailbone towards the earth. And then bring the knees together, give them a squeeze. Now we're going to place both feet flat on the floor. Bring your arms out to a T. Walk your feet all the way together so the knees and feet are touching. And then drop both knees to your right and look to the left. Final little twist here. One more breath. And then moving the head to neutral as the knees move center. Realign the feet, make sure they're touching, and drop both knees to your left and look to your right. Finding your breath. And then the head comes to neutral, knees come to center. Now if you need to do any final knees hugs, you can. Then we're going to be releasing the legs, coming down to our Savasana. Let the legs fall open, palms up. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. And just feel your body melting into the mat. Tuning into your breath. Finding gratitude for all that your body has done for you so far today. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana, or you can wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can make adjustments. You can always hug the knees. You can roll to a side, hug the knees if you'd like, either side that feels good to you. And when you're ready, we'll just press up to an easy seat, a Sukhasana. Either leg in front, you're welcome to sit on a block or blanket. And we're just going to close our eyes as we let our palms rest on our thighs, pull the elbows back into place, chin parallel with the floor, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, lengthening through the spine. Just tune into the body. Notice the difference from how you feel now compared to what at the beginning. Maybe more energized with the calmness. And more focused, maybe a lot more mental focus. Let's take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead, look up at the fingertips, exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.